Hello everyone, welcome back to Electrical Pathshala 2. In this video, we are going to study about mathematical modeling of control systems. After going through our previous lectures of control systems, we know that control systems are so complex in nature that it is very difficult to study them directly, and therefore we need a simplified version of a complex control system to study and analyze the dynamic response of the system. Now the process of obtaining a simplified model or a simplified version of a complex control system by using certain physical laws is called as the modeling of control systems. And that's why guys, modeling is one of the very important aspects of studying and analyzing the control system. Now the process of modeling involves a lot of approximations and assumptions, and that's why mathematical models are based on a lot of approximations and assumptions. Let's see what are those approximations. So some of those approximations are listed below. First of all physical systems are assumed to be linear. Whether they are linear or not, all the physical systems are assumed to be linear. Secondly, distributed parameters are considered as lumped parameter, which gives us ordinary differential equation rather than partial differential equations. So in the process of modeling, we require ordinary differential equation, and that's why all the distributed parameters are considered as lumped parameter, because lumped parameter gives us ordinary differential equation. Third one is physical parameters of systems do not change with time. They are considered to be constant. Fourth one is uncertainties, disturbances or noises are neglected. All kind of uncertainties, disturbances or noises are neglected. Finally, environmental condition does not affect the system. For example, resistance of all the components of the system are considered to be constant with respect to increasing or decreasing temperature. So these are the approximations and assumptions that we made while obtaining the mathematical model of the control systems. Now we know that these physical models are based on a lot of approximation and assumption, and that's why these models are not the exact replica of our actual system, but these models are very close to it, and that's why these models can be used to study and analyze the system accurately. Now, as we know that control systems consist of several components, and each of these components has their respective characteristics. Now, to obtain the mathematical model of the control system, we need to describe the characteristics of each and every component of the control system mathematically. Now, this can be done by using certain physical laws. For example, so ordinary electrical networks can be analyzed by using Ohm's law or Kirchhoff's law. Similarly, mechanical systems for translational motion or rotational motion can be analyzed by using Newton's law of motion or D'Ambert's law. We will study about D'Ambert's law in our next video in detail. So guys, by using these certain physical laws, the governing equation between input and output can be obtained. Now let's talk about the types of mathematical model. So basically, there are three types of mathematical models, which are differential equation model, transfer function model, and state space model. There is a separate chapter about state space model. We will study this in that chapter. In this video, we will only focus on these two models. So let's talk about these two models. So to understand these two models, let's take an example of series RLC network as shown in the figure. In this figure, we can see here that a resistor, an inductor and a capacitor is connected in series, and a voltage of VIT is given at the input terminal, due to which a current IT flows in the network, and we obtain V0T at the output terminals or at the capacitor terminals. Now what we have to do here is we have to obtain the relationship between input voltage and output voltage. So let's do that. So as it is an ordinary electrical network, that's why we will use KVL, Kirchhoff's law here. So using KVL, what we can write here is that VIT is equals to R into IT plus L DIT over dt plus V0 of t. VIT is equals to I into R. R into IT plus L into dit over dt plus V naught t, and this is our equation number 1. Now current passing through capacitor is given by IT. IT is passing through capacitor, that's why we can write here that IT is equals to C dV naught t over dt. This is our equation number 2. Now you can see here that same current is passing through R, L and C. That's why we can put value of IT from equation 2 into equation 1. So putting value of IT from equation 2 into equation 1, what we will get here? We will get VIT is equals to R C dV naught t over dt plus L d over dt, and we will put value of IT from equation 2. Then we will get C dV naught t over dt plus V naught t. So VIT, we can write here that VIT is equals to RC dV naught t over dt plus LC d2 V naught t over dt plus V naught t. Now taking LC common, if we take LC common from this equation, what we will get here is VIT is equals to R by, let's take LC common, so we will get here R by L dV naught t over dt plus d2 V naught t over dt plus 1 by LC V naught t. From this equation we can write, we will send LC here. So what we will get here is 1 by LC VIT is equals to d2 V naught t over dt, d2 V naught t over dt plus R by L dV naught t over dt plus 1 by LC V naught t. 1 by LC V naught t. So this is the final equation that we will obtain. This is our equation number 3. So here in this equation you can see that this equation is in terms of differential equation. That's why this is known as our differential equation model. Now if we take Laplace transform of both sides of equation 3, what we will get? So taking Laplace transform of both sides of equation 3, what we will get here? 1 by LC VIS is equals to S square V naught S plus R by L S V naught S plus 1 by LC V naught S. So we can write 1 by LC VIS is equals to, if we take V naught S common, then what we will get? S square plus SR by L plus 1 by LC. If we take V naught as common. Now finally we can write V naught S by Vi S is equals to 1 by LC divided by S square plus SR by L plus 1 by LC. So this is the Laplace of output divided by Laplace of input, which is known as our transfer function. So this equation here, this is our equation number 4. This is known as the transfer function model. Both equation 3 and equation 4 describes the characteristics of our given electrical network, and both these equations can be used to study and analyze the given series RLC network. So in this example we analyzed an ordinary electrical network by using KCL. In our next video we will analyze mechanical system for translational and rotational motion using D'Alembert law. I hope you understand everything in this video. So that's it for this video. I will see you in next video. Till then, signing off.